Hello everyone, this is Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I wanted to get our um, uh, tarot scopes done for the month of February. They're a little bit late this month as I've been on vacation. As you can see behind me, I've still got swimmers and things hanging up on the back on the back deck. We've had a lovely beach holiday. But back to air signs in February. I'll start with Aquarius. I feel that all air signs generally, the accent for February will be on communication. We're coming off the back of very heavy planetary patterns and formations in January. Very, very heavy. Saturn, Pluto, and Uranus as well going direct. In February, we have a full moon in Leo on February the 9th, and then on the 23rd we have a new moon in Pisces. I think for all the signs, you could be forgiven, given, it's a lot about our feelings and how we manage unsettled conditions, as to how we move forward. And I feel for air signs, one of the ways that they manage is to talk, is to communicate. And so I do feel that for Aquarians, there will be communication, perhaps accented in the month of February, perhaps with I don't know whether it's a health system or education system, possibly health. I can just see some Aquarians will be liaising with having to deal with big systems or big companies in some way. So let's have a look at what that might mean for Aquarians. Okay, so it could be just a matter of having to get business done in February, and the way that you're going to get business done is through communication. So lots of communication back and forth, perhaps travel to personally communicate with this, with business or health or government, could even be government departments. So there's business to be done in February, generally for our air signs. Now let's have a look at Aquarius then, what's happening in the month of February for our Aquarian friends. So here we have the King of Swords. Now, it doesn't surprise me this card came out, because the King of Swords can often be a lawyer, and it could be that some Aquarians will be dealing with contracts or with the law in some way. Now, I don't mean you're going to be subject to the law. I just feel that there are matters coming up that mean you have to negotiate some kind of system, whether that is a health or a legal or an educational system. And the King of Swords brings forward that, very objective communication. Let's keep going. What's the month of February showing? Show me the general conditions for Aquarians in February. Aquarians in February. Aquarians in February. Okay, so we have the Sun. So I feel that there's going to be, whatever, well, that's success, basically. Whatever business you have to bring forward, Aquarius, you're actually going to be quite successful with it, because the Sun card is that. It is full illumination, full transparency, full success. And there's also a divine timing about the Sun as well, so that, had you dealt with this taking care of business in 2019, you may not have been as successful. So I feel that there is success in these contractual or legal or dealings that you have with this, with some kind of system or business. It could be big banks as well. I'm pulling the Ace of Pentacles. So these are wonderful cards for you. I feel that there is news here of a new income source in some way, maybe as a result of this business or this contractual negotiation that you're actually doing. It's actually going to bring in, it could be a pay rise even, and you could be signing a new workplace contract, but there is success indicated for you. We've got a healing card, so where there has been troubled waters, and of course you wouldn't be alone. You wouldn't be alone in thinking that, given that, as I said, the heavy astrological patterns that we've all been through, you wouldn't be alone in wanting to move on from troubled waters, and I feel that's exactly what you're going to do. Whatever this new opportunity is for you, Aquarius, it will actually allow you to step forward and to, it could even be relocate. This could be the contractual or legal arrangements that I see for you. There could be selling of one's home, moving to another location. It could even be retirement in some way, and this could be retirement income. There is a moving on for you, I feel, and a new start in some way. Underneath the King of Swords, we have the Page of Swords. So I feel that you know what you're doing, and I do feel that that you've been getting these gradual, I'll just call them enlightenments. It's almost like the light bulb moment is occurring and guiding you to the right action. It could also be that some kind of truth has emerged for you, which is helping you become more logical about your decision making. The Chariot, lots of nice major arcana here sitting underneath the sun. So I feel whatever this new start is that's coming forward for you, it's actually going to come forward quite quickly in February. It could even take you by surprise. It's going to be something that you actually want to do with this Knight of Wands. This is all about passion, inspiration, and really taking action on that passion and inspiration. So in a way, whatever's coming towards you, Aquarius, you're actually going to be in lockstep with it. You are actually going to want to take this offer or this opportunity because it's actually something that you've been wanting to do, I feel. It is absolutely an offer, and this movement that enables you, it enables you to move away from a difficult situation. So it's almost like when you get to a point where you're thinking, you know, what else can go wrong? You know, we've had a couple of heavy months, and then all of a sudden things start to come right, and you go, wow. Phew, that was good timing. I feel that's what's going to happen in February. There is in some way either more money coming up for you or something that will enable you to stand on your own 2 feet. It could even be a decision that you're making that you're actually going to be more independent. This could have been after a time where you were considering everybody else's needs but your own. You've actually decided that you're going to look after yourself this time round. And this 2 of Cups here, underneath the new starts and the Knight of Wands, this could involve even a new relationship. But I'm more getting the draw toward work or towards something that where you're in a networking collaboration, because that's what the 2 of Cups is all about. It's about collaborating with others. So I feel that for those that have been stuck in a rut, perhaps at work, you know, and feeling increasingly isolated with this Hermit card, this new offer comes at a time when you really feel you've done a lot of thinking, you've done a lot of reflection, you know, you've gone inward and you really want to move away from this kind of situation where you're getting this constant faction fighting, obstacles and challenges. Aquarians like the peace in their environment. They are peace bringers. And you don't like that confrontation, absolutely don't like that confrontation. And so this new opportunity will allow you to move away from that. Something is actually ending for you, Aquarius, and you're not getting tied up about that ending. You're approaching this very logically, as I feel Aquarians can do. They can be very logical and straightforward and practical when they need to be. Really the sun is shining on you in February with this Wheel of Fortune, Aquarius. There is, I don't know how many validations we need, because there is new starts indicated in this reading for you. And it's going to bring with it, it's not just a new start, it's actually going to bring with it, more and greater financial independence. So watch out for some kind of offer. Which really comes in at the right time for you, Aquarius. You're going to respond, I think, to it in the affirmative. You're going to grab it, and it's actually going to be a good new start for you. Now, it could be a loan is approved. It could be you're offered a step up at work. It could be that you've taken that golden handshake and retired. It could be you've settled on your home, but there is business to be taken care of in February for you. I don't think you're going to be sucked into the energies of this month. As I said, we can often feel unsettled. I think you're going to really move forward very logically, and you're going to be doing a lot of that communicating to get that business done. All right, let's move to Libra in February. Let me just give these cards a bit of a shuffle. Libra in February, for the month of February. Libra for the month of February. What's coming up for Libra in the month of February? I feel that Librans are going to be nicely surprised with 2020. So I did feel their last couple of readings, things were difficult for them in 2019. They're going into 2020 with a little bit of trepidation, but I feel that it's going to actually be quite surprising in terms of I think Librans are going to enjoy themselves in 2020, and I feel that February is the start of this. So let's have a look at the general conditions for Libra in February. Show me Libra in February. So they might have got off to a bit of a slow start in January, again dragging their heels on the back of 2019, which wasn't easy for them. But I feel they get to February now and they start to slowly warm up. They start to slowly have some, as they say, skin in the game, and they start to see that the game is actually okay. It's not as bad as what they thought. So show me Libra in February. Libra in February. Okay, so we've got the Two of Pentacles. This is this juggling. You can see in this card, this person has 1 foot off the ground, trying to keep the balls in the air. Now, that could have been a hangover from 2019. Let's just see where that's going to go. No, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. Some of you may have been financially juggling. However, those conditions are coming to an end, and you're moving into this more freedom is the hallmark of this card. And I think this is why conditions are going to change in February for you, because you're experiencing this freedom here that perhaps wasn't there in 2019. Something definitely came to an end, I feel, and I'm feeling this is in the past. I'm not feeling this is current for you. I feel that this is, again, conditions of 2019. I feel that you're moving more into this independent, free, having what you need type of energy. And it has been, unfortunately, after some kind of, these two cards go together, unfortunately. I often see them coming up at the same time. And I do feel, as I said, for your last few readings in 2019 indicated that there was this situation, a situation where you could have been at your lowest ebb. It could have felt like you're being stabbed in the back, and so you come into 2020 doing this a little bit, just juggling a little bit, and then you get to this Nine of Pentacles energy, and I feel that you're going to start to leave the memories of 2019 behind, because I do feel that with this Five of Swords there was some kind of somebody let you down with this Ten of Swords. So I know that I'm going back to conditions of 2019, but I feel it's important that we discuss that. And I just have to go the way that I'm led to go with this reading. There was some kind of abuse of power that really caused you. It unsettled you, but you really did. You hung in there and you held on. And even though it was probably quite significant, whatever occurred in 2019 was enough to make you end something, you did actually turn away. That's the Eight of Cups. You decided, no more, I'm going to actually turn my back and walk away from these conditions. You basically took control, and I feel it really what this Death card did was show you where. I feel like this is a bit of a counselling session from whatever happened in 2019, but as I said, I'm going to go with it. You kind of got an idea about when people lose control and how to take control back. I think that's what the learning there was for you in 2019. I feel that the Emperor card was you taking back control, and we're moving into the Queen of Wands energy, where you're regaining your mojo, basically inspiration, planning, moving ahead, being free enough to be the Queen of Wands, to bring back that fire and passion into whatever it is that you're doing in 2020. You had to really go through this to rediscover the Queen of Wands. And it could be that what you had in the past was not ideal for you. It could have been that what you had in the past was not the right thing for you, but it was a lesson nevertheless. And now you're moving into this Queen of Wands energy. So leave it behind, Libra. Any vestiges of this energy where you felt like you were restricted, leave it behind, because I'm pulling these wands here for you. This is fire energy, and really you're free. You're free now to pursue your passions. Yes, it was a crossroads, and yes, there could be some more decisions for you to make in February as a result of what happened in at the end of 2019. But that's okay. I think you're going to manage it. Any fighting obstacles, you're going to bring your Queen of Wands energy to the table. So it could be that you're still dealing with some of those conditions that we saw in 2019, but new growth. I've got new growth here, and I've got the start of something new and the start of something exciting, and you being free to make that start again. Now we have the Knight of Cups. So somebody is going to bring an offer to you. The Knight of Cups could be even a romantic proposal, but for those of you who who have their head in their work and their career, it could be that you're being offered something. It is an expansive role for you with this Three of Wands. So this is in the here and now. I do feel that you may not have put to bed the issue in 2019, and so I give you a caution about beware of those bearing gifts that sound too good to be true. You don't want to be sucked back into this energy. You want to preserve your freedom. So I'm feeling that you will reflect, and I do feel that you'll work with others. I feel that you're actually seeing the benefits of teamwork in this case. You're not going to be out on a limb. You're going to guard your freedom. You're going to guard your freedom, and you're going to guard your energy, your inspiration. With this Queen of Wands, you've got other plans. You've got other fish to fry, basically. Even though somebody could be offering you something, and it could be pitched to you as an expansive opportunity, I feel you're gonna be very mindful of anything you commit to in 2020, because I do feel this is the overall energy for you. You're going to want to see that things are that the deck is more stacked in your favour. So I feel that there are new starts for you in February. Watch out for that offer. But if it looks like the past conditions, if it feels like the past conditions, let it go. Let it stay in the past, and don't take on anything that would cause you to lose your independence and freedom, and also your financial freedom as well, because I feel that you've worked hard for that. So that's the month as I see playing out for you, Libra. Let's move on to Gemini in February. We'll see what's coming up for Gemini. You know, as I started this reading, suggesting that all air signs will be doing a lot of communication. I do feel that Gemini will be too, and I feel that Gemini's the past in February is going to be important to Gemini. Our Gemini friends in February. I just got that phrase that, you know, going back to the past in some way is going to be very important to you. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to take a trip down memory lane, or whether a condition from the past is going to come back to you, whether you've got to deal with something from the past, or whether you want to recreate the past in some way. But the past is featuring very strongly for you, Gemini, in the month of February. Let's have a look, delve a little bit further into what that past condition is that's coming up for you. Gemini, month of February. Gemini, month of February. Okay, show me Gemini in the month of February. Show me Gemini. Show me Gemini in the month of February. Gemini for the month of February. Show me Gemini for the month of February. Gemini, month of February. Okay. All right, so the Emperor, you're the boss, basically, in 2020, in February 2020. You are taking control. It could be the Emperor, you know, it could be somebody around you too that is perhaps, I'm not saying competing for control with you, but there is some issue around control where you either have to take it back, or whether you have to understand the conditions around authority. What gives somebody authority? Now, I've got the Star of Hope, so I feel that whatever, with this Emperor card, whatever's going on for you around control, either being at the mercy of other people's control, or knowing that you have to step into control, you've got the Star of Hope there to guide your way. If this is an issue around authority, around perhaps you having to step in all the time and move things forward, because Geminis are very, very good at taking responsibility for other people, and really driving projects and plans and situations forward when others can't. I feel that either you're tired, because I do feel this is an issue around authority for you, Gemini. Either you're tired of doing that, or you know, somebody is not allowing you to take control. But I do have the Star of Hope for you here, which is telling me that you are being divinely guided in some way. Now, we do have the leader of the pack here coming into the frame with the King of Wands. So I feel that, you know, something won't be moving forward, and you're going to have to take a stand with this to try and move something forward. So I don't think this is going to be alien for you, but somebody could be standing in your way. You will need to provide this help. It is around giving and receiving assistance. And it could be with this issue around control, you need to learn how to accept help from others. It's very difficult though when you're the magician, when you're the one that is actualizing things into reality. You're the one that can do the weaving to ensure that something happens. Let's keep going here. The Empress, no, you are going to step into control something to move it forward. The Empress is abundance, and it is achieving the harvest. So it could be that something that has been languishing for you, that has been rudderless, for example, that has been stuck, is actually going to start to move forward, and you're going to have to step up as a result. So be aware that something could change, something could start to move forward quite quickly in the month of February for you. Something that you've been quite anxious about. I do feel a hesitancy, not knowing whether to seize the reins or step back and let someone else seize the reins. But what you can see is something needing to move forward, and your natural instinct is to get in there and move it forward. But the Hangman is also about seeing something from a different point of view. So it could be that you're having to see issues around control, see things in a different light. But I am drawn to the Star of Hope, and this is all about keeping your thoughts positive, not devaluing yourself as a result of having to seek control over somebody else. Just because you're not in control doesn't mean that you have that you're not the magician. You sit very comfortably in this magician energy. Okay, so it is all about teamwork. So there is an issue around the Emperor and around control for you. And when you don't have control, you get very anxious. And there's no need to, because we've got the Five of Wands. Somebody's got to give and take. Somebody's got to step back and allow somebody else to step forward. I feel this entire reading's about an issue that you're having at the moment around control. There is some kind of truth coming forward here for you to see, but it's not just coming forward. You're actually going to have to act on this truth. Sorry, there's some insects around me, and I don't want to get bitten. Making choices. Okay, so it's okay. So what I see in this reading, I see some fairly foundational issues coming forward around control. You're used to taking control. You're used to leading the way. You're used to getting things done. But you can't always have control. And so when you don't, you have to learn how to step back and allow others to take control. But also when to step forward again as well when something gets stuck. There are choices around control and leadership for Gemini in the month of February. I never know how these readings are going to go, so I go with the flow. Right now, you've got something major here that is occurring in your life. This is the World card. It's endings and beginnings. This could be a new way of looking at things, a new way of doing things, which is actually going to help you to grow, because I do feel it is an offer for you. There could even be a peace offering coming forward from somebody that you're locking horns with as well. Juggling, keeping the balls in the air. I do feel that there is a bit of instability as a result of this almost life lesson for you, Gemini, that there is this little bit of instability. There are choices to make, and I feel that when you're getting overburdened, allow somebody else to step forward and take the control. You can be the Queen of Swords. She's very objective. She's this is a legal mind as well. This is somebody that speaks her truth, stands her ground. She doesn't have to always be the Emperor. So I feel that there is some kind of issue around control, around leadership for you. but really don't let that devalue you or affect your self-esteem in any way, because we can all be the Queen of Wands. We can all hold on to our truth, stand our ground, speak our truth, come forward logically and objectively. Each of us have a seat round the table when we're the Queen of Swords. So less less emphasis on who's in control and more on teamwork and what you have to contribute, I feel, are some of the issues that might arise for you in February, Gemini. Okay, that's air signs for the month of February. I hope you enjoyed those readings. They always surprise me. I never know what's coming, and I go with the flow of the reading each month. So, thank you for tuning in.